It's hot. It's real hot these days. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'm in Dallas, Texas. I think everybody knows that. But the reality is, there's some place in Texas I'm glad I'm not. And I'll tell you where that is. This is my PSA, my public service announcement of where not to be. But before we get to that piece, rates, they're not hot. They're like hot in a good way, I guess. They're cooling. They're cooling. They're coming down a little. We're now down to 6.8. Little by little, we're inching down. You can see that again in this case, green is good, guys. Like higher in this chart, this is mortgage-backed securities. You can see the nice little tear we've been on. We've gone from the low sevens now to that 6.8. You can see this week, most of those little graphs are about level over here on the upper right. So 6.8 been hovering. Time will tell where we're going to be. Now, time will tell means 5th September. Supposedly, I was surprised by this. There's basically a 100% chance per the market, they're baking that in there, that the Fed's going to cut rates in September. There's a 4.7% odds the rate will be 0.5%. The majority, the other 95%, say it's going to be 0.25%. But basically, 100% are the odds of a Fed cutting the interest rates by September. So we shall see. Time will tell. But rates have been responding favorably to that notion. That's why they've come down a little bit, which is good. Supposedly, a third of homeowners or sellers, I should say, are cutting their price. So Dallas, Texas, I don't know, what is that, 6 down? Dallas, Fort Worth, about 28%. So 1 in 4, let's call it. 1 in 4 people have reduced their listing price. While that may sound, I kind of read this article and a lot of it's clickbait. They're trying to make you think, oh, the market's crashing, all this stuff. Maybe, but I could also argue that 1 in 4 people might be unrealistic on what they're doing, or they're trying to see what they can get, and they put their house out hoping for a good bite, and then they probably maybe adjust where they should be. But there's no denying 47 out of 50 metro areas did see an uptick in price cuts. So it does mean more inventory is coming on. It does not mean that the market is crashing. It just means that now that more inventory is coming on, we are getting back to somewhat more of a more normal market, and things aren't selling just in 2 weeks. It may take 2 months. That's more of a normal realistic market. So, but there you go. Typically about 1 in 4, 1 in 3. You can see the areas, Austin, Florida, those have been big areas have gotten hit, but you can also see Dallas is in the mix. 10 states have America's best housing market. None of them are in there that I, really have a lot of connections to. So Delaware, Indiana, it wasn't Texas. I was surprised to see that. I thought we'd show up. I'm just showing we're not always perfect. We're not always ranking in the top 10. Mortgage applications, they did rise a whopping 4%. For refinances, who knew a 0.1% change in rate makes that much different in activity? Apparently it does. 6 categories that are cheaper than pre-pandemic. Who knew? Basically, it's all electronic type stuff, whether it's telephone hardware, televisions, audio equipment, computers. But there's a lot of stuff. Look at the telephone hardware, calculators. I don't know how many calculators are getting bought and sold out there, but 50% off compared to pre-pandemic. So there you go, guys. It truly, all joking aside, this is part of the reason why they're able to cut rates. Prices are coming down, which helps stabilize or reduce inflation. So that's good. I don't know. There's a lot of verdicts on this. Why are the buyers that we've gotten pre-qualified, why are they still waiting? You would think that, okay, if prices have come down a little bit, or probably your interest rates have come down, it has spurred a little activity. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of different reasons why people are sitting out there. The one that I thought was interesting is number 3, and this happened last year. When prices or when temperatures hit 110 like they did last year in summer, it just slows the market down. It's a beat down to get out there. You guys know that. So what's your opinion? Who knows? Whether it's price, rate, heat, who knows? All that stuff is there. The fun stuff, guys. This is my PSA. I had to Google where this place was, but apparently there's a great Texas Mosquito Fest. I had no idea, in Clute, Texas. So south of Houston. I got to be honest, I'm not going to go to Clute, Texas ever. If that's the Chamber of Commerce way of marketing, but it did have to get canceled due to the hurricane. But who knew that it was even a thing? Trends, you guys know I love picking on the millennials and the folks that are younger. Skinny jeans apparently is no longer a thing. And then who cares? Overturned truck in North Carolina made for a, quote, sticky situation because it was steak sauce spilt all over the highway. I just thought that was amusing, chuckling. I hope nobody was hurt. I don't remember if somebody was, hopefully not. But can you imagine just a highway full of sticky stuff? All right, if you're in the real estate community, if you need to promote a listing, this is we partnered with a buddy of mine who's doing this, and it's his listing launch media kit. They do the walkthrough home tour, they do reels, they can get everything ready for social. He'll do it for a whopping $1 if you want to scan that QR code. So $1 if you want to do this, and he's awesome. Connor's great. Scan the code, use them. Let me know what your thoughts, and I know it's going to be great. And then the meme of the week, I got to be honest, I didn't love this one. This is where I had a little discrepancy with the marketing team. I was like, I get it, but kind of don't. But it's kind of funny. So apparently, a young man says his ex canceled his Spotify Premium, so he had to revoke her dad's Disney Plus. Good guy. Hate to see him in the crossfire. Let me know your thoughts. Funny, not funny? You tell me. But regardless, let me know your thoughts. And this is how you follow us, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Have a great and wonderful weekend. As always, we appreciate you. We'll be around if you need us. And stay cool.